one of the things that really bugs me right now about social media is
the thing that I hate on social media is basically every supplement ad that's out there.
But that's the nature of the fitness industry these days. Is everyone's always trying to take your money. I'd say the majority of people that are selling something on social media that are fitness related or fitness influencers are generally going to be young people. And when I say young, I mean like in their early 20s. They have probably a relatively unstructured like professional life that allows them to go work out whenever they want to go work out. They have great genetics. And frankly, like most of them are probably broke.
Bro, they don't even need genetics. They're 22.
100%.
Like,
well,
like I'm sure some number like 87% of 22-year-olds are just good looking.
Probably. I mean, we should compare that and cross-reference it with the prom statistics because
better than 50%. Like oh, you have a nice butt. Okay, cool. Did you actually work to get that, or that's just what it is?
That'll set me off. When people literally do the contortioning things and they sit there and they warp the fucking picture or the video and you can see the lines that are crooked, or they get a BBL, which it's a BBL because the sides of the glutes are first of all significantly more developed than the hamstring.
What the fuck's a BBL?
Brazilian butt lift. And so it's where they usually liposuction like your waist and they put it and reallocate that into your butt. And it creates more volume in the glute, but I shouldn't say the glute because glute's a muscle, but like in your ass fat. And basically what happens then is it like, your glute med. So your glute should have a dimple because you have hip muscles and then you have your glute max. Well, if you have no hip dimple, meaning like the shelf on the top part and the outside part of your hips is missing and you have
why don't you show
big
us?
ass cheeks.
Camera's still looking at your head.
So look at, God damn it. Hang on, I got to turn off center stage. Pause. Full pause. Okay, here we go. All right, listen. Look at. All right, see the hamstring? You got no hamstring and you got a big ass? That's sus. Now, if you don't have a fucking, so like you can see, no, hang on.
Don't pull your shorts down.
If you can kind of see, as I'm standing here, if I pull this in, I got a little bit of a dimple right here, right? That's your glute med, this little muscle right here. And so if you don't have this dimple that dips in, and it's just a nice round, juicy booty, right? That's a shelf. It should have hamstring and should have shelf. If it's all just round, that's how you know it's fake. So anyways, but people are getting these expensive surgical procedures to turn around and sell booty building programs. And that's why no one trusts anyone. And we got fucking guys that are jacked on steroids that say Saratoga water and face ice baths are the thing that are going to make your life a 7-figure salary earning, jacked, shredded type of fucking lifestyle. That's just not it. It's not it. There's so much shit that's just misrepresenting the entire process, which is going to lead to a lot of fitness tourists is what I call them. And those are people that just casually want to engage in it while it's convenient. And then when it's not, they just stop. But anyways, there's my rant. We covered a lot of different ground just now.
I feel like today's episode is brought to you by we're making a lot of shorts today.
By Olipop, we'll take 1%.
And bucked up.
We'll take 1%. Use our code. We don't have one because we're not paid influencers because we actually care about the truth. Although we will have affiliate links in the future. Please don't get that twisted. We crossed the 50,000 download mark recently, so reviews mark. No big deal. But anyways, so Steve, there's a lot of shit that's floating around out there. What's something crazy that you've seen on social media that just does not reflect the effort, the work, or the outcome that people can expect from a reasonable workout exercise routine?
I was going to go down a slightly different path.
What were you going to do?
I feel like you got the exercise nutrition stuff in this episode of bashing dumb shit on social media. That's probably actually the greatest title for this episode, bashing dumb shit on social media. The businessy side of things, because I actually went on a little bit of a rant last week. Gurus and coaches telling you to run scholarships. We've actually talked about this before in depth. I'm just going to re-bring it up. because it came up again. Well, social media gurus telling you to run certain advertising plays.
So how not to get fucked, how not to get robbed.
Well, and it's here's the crazy thing. When you look at the history of the people that are telling you to do the thing they're telling you to do, those exact things are the things that they used to crush their business. All the people who were health coaches that are no longer health coaches and tell you to go out and do health coaching a certain way, like, man, why, if it was that good for them, why aren't they still doing it? I have a question. Now, granted, there also needs to be lessons learned from doing it that you come out the other side and teach other people. I'm all for that. But when you look at their business history and you look at the things that they've done, you actually listen to some of the stories they share. Like, imagine me telling you, here is the best way to acquire clients. 30 minutes after I told you, yeah, I got so burnt out from my business, I sold it for basically pennies on the dollar.
But you've built multiple 7-figure businesses.
You sold one. It's a little, it feels, it sounds cool. But like, connect those dots. Because just like people are sitting there taking their pictures and they're editing their pictures and you see the shit around them, there's Instagram that I love to watch. Goob U2 is, I always watch, and he always just blows people up for basically saying fake shit. And it's phenomenal. Like, the gurus, they say some fake dumb shit. And if they're naive enough to realize that the thing that they built crumbled around them because, like, come on, don't fall for it. So I don't like seeing that shit on social media. That's the thing. I was gonna actually go with I hate seeing all like the $7 and $27 courses and mini guides and playbooks, because they generally don't really produce outcomes. But I'm gonna blame every single one of you for listening for it not producing the outcome, because you're not doing the work. Now, caveat: the $7, $27 program generally wasn't set up for you to be successful, retain the information, go implement, and all those things. 100% agree. But like 90% of the stuff that I've bought online has really good information. It just comes down to actually executing it. But they weren't built in such a way for everybody to like go out and execute at a high level. Some of them suck. Like, some of them are like, I can't believe I spent $7 on this. It's more work to get a refund than the $7 is worth. But like, why? Like, that's the other side of things where it's just like crazy to me. So stop buying $7 things that you're never going to use. It's not going to solve your problem. Okay, I know this isn't a dumb thing on social media. This is a dumb thing that people on social media do. If you're going to use it, buy it all day long.
I mean, and so that goes back to having an inherent educational organization system or a resource organization system. People buy stuff, they forget they bought it. And then, I mean, it's the new age of Netflix subscriptions and payment subscriptions. And by the way, please, for the love of God, do your best not to use an Affirm or Klarna for a fast food order. Like, that's something that people are doing now. And guys, that ain't it, man. You're gonna pay interest on a fucking Big Mac. Like, go wash a window or 10 windows for $1. Please, just don't do that. But you need to have some kind of organization system. So whenever I buy something, because I do occasionally buy those things, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And it's usually about storytelling or cinematography or something around that. Like, that's my current interest. And
which one of your courses showed you how to stand up on your chair?
that would have been my master's. So I learned how to do movement assessments on that one. And if you know anything about movement assessments, there's something. No, I'm kidding. That's how I paid for grad school. No, I wish. That'd be crazy. I probably wouldn't have had as much student loans. Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. But whenever I buy something, I've gotten a habit recently. Of as soon as I complete the transaction, I go into my notes on my iPhone, or if you have an Android, like obviously Google Keep, whatever thing that's easily accessible for you at time of purchase, and you just put down what you bought. why you bought it, and what you're looking to get from it. And then obviously it just helps you keep those organized. So that way in the future, for example, I recently revisited a 14-day filmmaker course because I was trying to remember what some of the storylines were. And I was like, fuck, what's it called? Blah, 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 blah. So I went back, referenced the thing, was able to find it, search my inbox, found the login, found the resource, right? But this is why we go into something called blind consumerism and people just buying shit all over the fucking place, to include people that want big shelf-like booties. Oh my God, I need that plan. Well, I mean, if you do the plan for 3 days, but I mean, to be fair, if you do the plan and you're engaged in like 10 days in, your back is fucking blown out. Interesting.
I know a health and fitness thing I hate on social media, but I'm going to let you go first before I go off on a
Well, I was reading some research this morning about mortality and when people drop off at gyms. 50% of people that start a gym membership will stop using the gym or will have at least a 2-week gap, which is predictive of them quitting the gym within the first 6 weeks. Only 20% of people will last until the 17-week mark with less than 1 week of a gap in there. And so we know that resources aren't necessarily the thing. Social interactions, having a personal developed plan, having a group and community, those are the things that matter most when it comes to coaching. If you're buying a template online that's not personally developed, that's not socially engaging, when people sell these fucking online communities, go find something that's more local, or fuck, if there's not something, go start one and make your money that way. We're going to see a resurgence of that. So,
but then you're going to have to hold conversations, Andrew.
Yep. You're going to have to learn some social skills. So if you guys are nice and you comment right now, social skills in the notes below or whatever the thing, because we have like 14 fucking platforms on this shit. But if you let us know that you want us to talk about social skills, like how to interact, how to interface, how to go on dates, or how to talk to people, how to network, like we'll help you. We'll put together some scripts for you and you memorize those scripts.
Don't take Andrew's advice.
I'm being so for real. Guys, I have a lot of dates these days. And I'm real good at screening them. The prenup conversation comes up on the second date.
Are you prepared to have my child on a first date?
That's how it is in 2025. Hey, it's brass tacks. These swimmers going sideways. I'm about to turn 36. No, but I mean, obviously, you got to feel it out a little bit. And some people do perform more direct. Some people don't perform more direct. I've wasted enough time in some situationships here recently in the last year and a half. Got me once, shame on me. Got me twice. No, was it? Can't get me again. What did W say?
So the thing that I hate on social media is basically every supplement ad that's out there.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like it just, and here's the biggest problem, right? As health coaches and as just coaches in general, the illusion that you just take this thing, it's super simple and it solves all of your problems. Just do this one thing and you create this outcome. No problem. Don't change anything else in your life is literally what it's saying. And every human, like, trust me, shortcuts, hacks, getting there faster, all of that stuff, everybody wants it all day, every day. But I promise you, most every single thing worth something is going to take time and commitment and time and more time and commitment and then consistency mixed in there because of the commitments and the times and then the consistencies. Like it just takes that time. So you look at stuff and there's like AG1, for example, the greens juice, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say, because I frankly don't know, I have no idea if it is a healthy thing for you or not. And if it gives you some good micronutrients and all of these things. I'm sure, Andrew, you have an opinion on that. And I'd be curious to actually hear that. But every single ad is some like ridiculously jacked, good looking human that's like, man, I just want to be like that. If all I do is take AG1 for fucking $85 for 15 servings, I'm going to get ridiculously jacked like that person. It's going to be amazing. The reality is, no, it's not. Now, again, maybe there's a component of it where that helps. And we've mentioned the story before when I was first like really starting to be a part of a nutrition coaching world. I asked Andrew the question, what's better, sweet potatoes or rice? And I was dead ass serious. And the only thing Andrew did was laugh at me
by the way,
and make me feel like a really lowly human, right? So that's why you don't want to take advantage of Andrew's social interaction course that he's going to put out there. No, I'm totally joking. But it was one of those things of like, hey, listen, at a certain level, sweet potatoes and rice, there is a very substantial difference. But when you're not at that level, the differences that it makes within your dietary journey is so minuscule that it's irrelevant, and it needs to come down to other things that matter more, which is going to likely be ease, access, consistency, ability, like all of those things. So do you want to have to roast a freaking sweet potato for 50 plus minutes every time you want to eat your carbs, or do you just want to have some rice that takes 10 minutes? Well, if time is a big thing in your life, the rice is probably the better answer. But hey, if everything else is dialed in and you are absolutely just a freaking stud, like you are Adonis, you are exactly everything you need to be, you're ready to be on Baywatch and everything like that, and your health is maybe suffering a little bit, well, you know what? Maybe now we need to switch off the rice and move over to the sweet potatoes because there's going to be some more nutrient density in there. Chances are there's also other things you should eat before the fucking sweet potatoes that are going to be more nutrient dense. But all of that to say, when we go back, that was just a look of Andrew being like so proud of me, like knowing that. Did you guys see that? Like we go back to these things, these supplements, and everything is so quick and easy. As coaches, you're out there advertising how quick and easy your solution to their problem is. Guess what happens when you don't get them to look like they're ready to be on Baywatch in 60 days? They're off to finding the next thing that is going to be quick and easy because that's what they're looking for. So realize it by you advertising quick and easy and lack of struggle and all these things and lack of consistency and all that stuff, you're attracting those people who are looking for quick and easy. You're not necessarily offering a quick and easy solution. So when you're like, why am I launching this thing and struggling on the back end all the time? Because you're bringing in the wrong people. You're bringing in the people that aren't committed to actually getting the result that they need, which you know is going to take 2 to 3 years because it's what took you to get in shape. Unless you're 19 and you were born that way without your glute shelf thing going on that Andrew referred to. So anyways, supplements, quick and easy, anything quick and easy, business mentorship, quick and easy, do this one thing, quick and easy. All that stuff is bullshit and it irritates me.
I think there's a big distinction that people miss from easy versus simple, right? And the idea is that easy means it just kind of magically falls into place with minimal effort. Simple just means there's not excessive numbers of steps that exceed your capacity to do the thing. Because if it's too complicated and you don't have the experience or the knowledge, or God forbid the wisdom, which is applied education to tackle that, then again, you're going to have a different set of problems. But I think that what really underpins a lot of the things we've talked about so far for me, and one of the things that really bugs me right now about social media is, and I am on the dating social media, like things are being fed to me. My feed is all fucked up, right? I got global geopolitical shit. I got dating people on there. I got people crying about their dating stuff. I got high rocks on there. I occasionally have like different fitness things, although they're significantly lower. I see half of you on there if I'm following you. And even if I don't watch your thing, I just give it a quick double tap. So if you haven't liked this episode, show some love, double tap. Don't be stingy with them thumbs. Right. But I think that most people inherently struggle with communication. And so the thing that really irks me, especially when it comes down to, and there's a loneliness epidemic. And by the way, just as a preface, Coach Andrew is very different than Therapist Andrew, right? So let's just get that clear. Coach Andrew, you either did it or you didn't. The reasons don't matter. Therapist Andrew says it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Reasons or results.
We're client-centered. We're compassionate.
Coach Andrew's an asshole.
Coach Andrew will fuck you up if you have goals that require that. So there's different hats for different times.
Reasons or results.
Listen, you don't want to be on the business end of that guy because he's just very direct and he's not as emotional. But Therapist Andrew is the other way. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. You didn't do your shit. It's fine. What's going on? And I think, again, there's an interplay with that. But
how does that make you feel?
Tell me about that. It seems like that's a really big struggle for you. And as I've gone further in my doctorate, it's like that compassion, empathetic side tends to take over more so. I'm definitely not the same guy that I was like 4 years ago, much less 7 years ago. But that asshole's still locked up in there, and he's serving his time. So communication, though, in terms of, there's a lot of finger pointing right now. Oh, guys are the problems, girls are the problems, men are trash, women suck. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wildly toxic. And it's not that either is wrong or right. It's that they're taking these micro nuanced situations and they're applying them blanket to entire groups of people. And so when we think about that, there's some very similar times when we're applying gross stereotypes to people that really didn't serve us in history. You look at the 1940s, right? That wasn't great. You look at pre-1864, also not great. So maybe we just learn from history, but everyone's too busy looking at cat videos and, people doing dance trends on fucking TikTok that you probably haven't opened a book. And I'm not saying you because it's you as the audience, the listener. I'm saying the people that clearly don't care to learn from previous mistakes and would rather blame shift and victimize. It's just like a weird thing. So kind of one of the biggest things that irks me these days, I'll get in the comment section. I'll start thumbing them up. And then I'm like, no. They don't need coaching, Andrew. They need no Andrew, because this is not going to turn into anything. But sometimes gremlin little thumbs do come out and they just say something. One sentence is all I'll allow myself on those little splurges. I'll say, ask usually a very pointed question. But so that's only on TikTok. I don't do that on Instagram because you got to be careful what you like on Instagram these days, because it'll show other people what you like. Some of that stuff, not socially acceptable. So, unless you're on the close friends list, in which case then you can see, but everyone else. So, but yeah, everyone just needs to take responsibility for themselves, their interactions, and stop looking at like how everything's the other person's fault. I promise you, in every single conflict or situation that unfolds, as much as it might seem like it's the other person, you've played a significant role in perpetuating that conflict for a significant period of time, such that friction became the fire instead of just kind of talking about it up front. So you should probably not blame other people for the issues that you're dealing with. Yeah.
All right. Well, I would say this is outside the norm of recording, but just a day in the life, in the head of Andrew and Steve, as we're just kind of hanging out, making some content and making sure you guys learn some things. So hopefully this departure from the norm was marginally more entertaining or something for you. Like it if it was. I don't feel like people are liking our videos enough. So please, if you want to hear more craziness come out of Andrew's mouth about dating and social anxiety, subscribe, because we know he's going to go down that road again. Most importantly, though, if you're a coach and you want to have a really good coaching business, this is the place to be as we break down the business of fitness and nutrition for everybody out there trying to change the world. Until next time, gang.